What's up, DGens? I hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far. Been a fantastic one for the market, looking pretty green to me. This video is just a quick follow-up to the video the other day, copy trading daily profits and my N8N workflow. Just for those who are interested to get set up with N8N, I'm just going to go through a really basic setup here in order to get you guys started, so you can bring in your own Dune wallets and start trying to find great wallets to copy trade as well. If you haven't watched the previous video in regards to that, I suggest you check out this previous video before you watch this one. Get up to speed on what happens and how it works and how I receive 50 Dune wallets in order to find the best wallets to copy trade. Watch that first and come back here and check out this setup video. It doesn't take very long. I'll be as quick as I can with this one for you guys, just to give you the basic idea of how this works and how to set it up. So we've got the workflow broken up into nodes here, and I've got descriptions of all the nodes and what they do. At the start here, we've got the description of what this application or this workflow does. Get top 50 Dune wallets. We have our website, DGen Meme Calls community, fantastic community. If you want to jump in, communicate with us and be a part of the community, that would be fantastic. Website is there, Telegram channel, and also the DGen checker bot if you want to get into that as well. Required Dune query. So the first thing you're going to need to do is get the query that is in the downloadables. Now the download link for this workflow and the query will be in the description of this video. So make sure you check that out if you are interested in setting this up. So download that query and the workflow. You're going to need to put this query into Dune. Now you jump over to Dune. You can set up a free account with Dune. No problems there. What we need to do is jump over to create new query, and the query that is in that downloadable for the workflow, just paste it into here, into this window right here, and you've got your wallet query. It's all done for you. You can go through some of the filters for that if you want to, but I find they work pretty well for me. So just try them out at first and then test and change those filters as you go if you want to do that. So get that query in there, that's all done, paste it in there, and we're good to go with that query. So the next step, we need to jump in here. We need the Dune API. So again, the Dune account is free and the API access is free as well. Easily personal use. You're not going to go over the limits for the personal use. So jump back over to Dune and go to account, API. And as you can see, I've got an API for my N8N workflow here. Just hit create a new API and make sure you save that key somewhere safe that you can utilize later and paste into the N8N workflow later. So keep an eye on that key, save it somewhere you can get access to it, and we're going to need that in a little bit. So once you've done that, we can now run through this workflow. Let's have a quick look at this workflow. We've also got some Telegram stuff to work out, but we'll get to that at the end. So the first node here is a trigger node, and this will trigger the workflow at 9 a.m. every 24 hours or every day. So you can get that wallets or those wallets, 50 wallets sent to you automatically every day at 9 a.m. Now you'll see that this is different to the one that I had in my original video. My original video had me calling Telegram via text or audio, and I'm getting these wallets when I request them through Telegram. Now don't worry about doing that. This is just an easier way of doing it. This is just a schedule, and you can schedule this for once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day, however you like. Setting up a call through Telegram to then pull the wallets is a little bit more complicated and pretty unnecessary for this single task. I do that because I've got other tasks that I want to call on in that Telegram bot. So that's why I do that workflow for that. But here we've got the trigger. And again, you can schedule that for however many times per day. I prefer just doing it once a day, scanning 50 wallets, getting 1 or 2 wallets a day is pretty much enough for me. And if they're good wallets, then that's plenty. So up to you what you want to do with that. Dune wallets, here's the next node. This is the node HTTP request, where we're pulling the wallets that query gets from Dune. So if we go to my query, so if we jump on my query, you'll see here is the query that you're going to paste into your own Dune account. And these are the wallets that'll come back. And these are the wallets we want sent to N8N. And that's what we're going to call on when we jump in here via this HTTP request node. Now you're going to need 3 things for this node. You're going to need the URL for that particular query that you're putting together. You're going to need the name for the API key, the header name, which is that. I'm just going to leave that there for you guys so you don't have to worry about that. And then here, you need to add your own API key. Now that's in the settings account that we did earlier, where you created your own API key. You need to paste that here. So paste that here. The URL you want to get for your query is up here. Now, once you've put your query in here, you'll get your results after you run it, like this one here. You run that. You'll get an API button right here. So when you click on this API button, it's important to get that URL. So that's the URL you need to put into your HTTP request node for this particular query. So copy that URL right there, and you need to paste that into your HTTP request node right there. It has a limit of 1,000, but obviously we don't want 1,000 because we'll never be able to send that to Telegram, as the Telegram messages have limits. So we're going to make it a 50 limit. So just put that there, HTTP request, URL, 50 wallets only. And then we need to put in our own API key. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in and throw in my own API key there. And I've got my own Dune query URL there as well. So we're just going to test this for you and run through it as I show you how to set this up. So let's execute that step. So we've executed that step and we've got the results for the wallets right here. All the wallets have come through, and as you can see, they have all this information: average loss, hold time, balance, market cap, etc. Now, as we jump through to the next node, Dune Wallet's HTTP request node is done. You got that. You need three things: the URL, the Dune API key header, as well as the Dune API key. So now we move on to the sort of the wallets. So what we don't want to do here is we just want the wallet address. We do not want all the other information that's in that, all that data that's there. So we want to remove all that data and just grab the wallet address. So we just execute this step. You do not need to change anything here. That should work perfectly fine. And that'll bring back all of those wallets without all that other data. So that's 50 wallets there, 5 pages of 10 wallets each, all set to go. Then we jump over to group wallets, format each wallet. What this does, you don't know, again, you don't need to change anything for this particular node, just execute that step. And what that does is adds a line break to each wallet address. So now for each wallet address, it's going to be on its own line. We need to do that for the dgen checker bot. The dgen checker bot, if it does a batch filter or a batch scan, it needs each wallet on a new line. So let's just jump over to the next node, group wallets. So what would happen now, as you can see, each wallet is in its own cell over here. We need to now put this into one single string. So this executes the step. You don't need to change anything, and that'll create a single string of wallets all coming down onto a new line each. So that's perfect. It's exactly what we need for sending over to Telegram. And the last step is to send over to Telegram. Now, what you're going to need to do with Telegram is you're going to need to set up your own Telegram bot. You can do that with BotFather. Set up your own Telegram bot. Once you've set up your own Telegram bot, BotFather will give you an access code to add in to the setup here. If you jump into add the credential for Telegram, you'll see there's a spot for access token. So when you create that bot in BotFather, you'll get an access token, paste that here, and then all you need to do is paste in the API URL for Telegram, and you're good to go for the credentials there. So once you set up that bot, now easy to find out information on how to set up a Telegram bot. If you're not familiar with that, check out YouTube. There are many videos on how to set up a Telegram bot with BotFather. It is very easy to do. Now, the next thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to find the chat ID for that specific bot. So what you'll need to do is actually start sending in text messages to that bot once you've got it set up, and then you'll be able to grab the chat ID for that bot and place that chat ID here. So once you get that chat ID in there, that'll be the chat ID that is referencing your personal Telegram account, chatting with that Telegram bot. So once you get that chat ID in there, and any wallets you send will go into that bot directly, and then you'll be able to copy and paste those wallets into the dgen checker bot. Very easy, very simple to do. If you haven't seen that in the previous video, make sure you check out that video again in the card link above. Make sure you guys jump over to the Telegram group. If you do have other questions or having trouble, let us know on the Telegram group. That is a very simple process. There's only a few things you need to do. Add those add the API keys to the Dune stuff, add the access token to the Telegram bot there as well. Again, I'll stress to you guys, make sure you start getting into learning things like NAN or anything else similar to that for automating processes or work that you do. Make sure you start learning AI. ChatGPT or Claude are good enough. Make sure you start learning now before it's too late, because these things are going to absolutely go crazy in the next couple of years. So start learning today, because things are going to change. And I'm starting to figure out great applications, as you can see with this one and others, for DeFi and meme token trading, et cetera, et cetera. There's going to be some fantastic applications to make in the next year or so. Keep grinding, guys. Keep making profit. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye for now.